Hey everybody, thanks so much for stopping by my channel again. Today we're going to do a quick acrylic 3D flower tutorial. I am using a number 4 size brush, I believe. It's just a random brush I got off of AliExpress a few years ago, and it's been one of my favorite 3D brushes to use whenever I'm doing tiny intricate art. So this particular set, I chose to do I guess I can say a daisy style flower, where there is a center piece and usually 5 to 6 petals around the actual flower itself. So you will see that I have already adhered a Sarvasi crystal to the nail bed, and I use caviar beads to go around the crystal to give it just a little bit more depth to the flower design. So you'll see that I am using my brush to pick up a tiny little bead of acrylic to form the first petal. I like to keep my acrylic brush on the drier side whenever I'm doing art, just so that way it doesn't oversaturate the pearl and make the pearl go all over the place. One of the tricks that I have when I'm doing 3D art is to actually mix your acrylic monomer with a 50-50 acetone, not acetone, with a 50-50 alcohol and acrylic monomer blend. This allows the acrylic to kind of slow down the drying process and gives you more time to work in the grooves and the actual dimension, or just give the petal a more realistic feel by putting in those organic looking creases in the petals. Now I am applying the tiny bead of the tiny pearl of acrylic, and I'm going to use just the very tip of my brush to slightly push down the pearl of acrylic to kind of make a flat indentation, and just drag the tip of my acrylic brush through the pearl in the direction that I want the tip of the petal to be. I usually clean off my brush and just do a slight push, focusing the tip of my acrylic brush into the center of the petal and slightly pushing down to the right or to the left, depending on where you, to the right or the left of the pearl, to create a wider base at the center of the flower. And then allowing the tip of my brush to pull the acrylic into that pointy tipped petal shape. And you just repeat this around the nail. Now, it's kind of important that you start with the top and the bottom, so that way you can identify symmetry. You can find symmetry in the flower. It doesn't have to be perfect. Flowers are organic things you find in nature, and it's far from, it's imperfectly perfect. So don't criticize yourself too much if you find one petal slightly larger than the other. You do want to keep a consistent pearl size around the flower, but doing the top and the bottom petals first with this style flower kind of gauges the space that you need for the other for the side portions of the flower. Usually I make the pearl for the top and the bottom petals a little larger than the sides, just so that way you can find that balance. Now it takes about 30 seconds to a minute for the acrylic to completely dry, so I would not allow your client to move or to touch anything, or for you to play with the pearl once you're satisfied with the shape, because you could compromise the way that it looks. So leave it alone, work on the other side before you even touch it. I like to finish up with leaving my acrylic 3D flowers matte and making the base of the nail bed shiny. So I usually do this after I've applied my flowers. You don't want to do acrylic on a shiny surface because it could actually pop off. Well, I hope you guys have fun trying this technique out. Let me know in the comments, send me an email, and definitely find me on social media, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn at Polished Hawaii. Thank you so much for stopping by. I will see you guys soon. Take care.